Hello, students, and welcome to your English class. Today, we shall continue with Chapter 1.8 Voyaging Towards Excellence by Achyut Godbole. Now, in the previous video, we have seen how Achyut Godbole moved from his hometown to Mumbai in order to pursue his career. Also, we have seen how he managed to get mastery over the language English while he was in IIT, and how that particular phase helped him to become a person that he became later in his life. So here he says that in his future career, out of 32 years in information technology field, he was the chief executive or managing director or head of software company with thousands of software engineers worldwide. So we can see that throughout the 32 years that he worked in this particular field, that is the field of information technology, he did not just work at a very mediocre level in those companies, but he got so much success that he held the position of chief executive, or maybe in some companies he was the managing director, or even he was the head of the software company, which was all throughout the world. Okay, so various while he was at this position, he had so many thousands of software engineers who were working with him or maybe under him, and he got to learn so many things from them. So he tells us that during that period, he had to give several presentations or negotiate many contracts with the CEOs or the directors or the VPs in the US, UK, or Australia. So he was absolutely at ease at that time. And it is only due to the effort at IIT that I could sign contracts worth millions of dollars worldwide and also run large global software companies. So now here particularly, Achyut Godbole tries to bring our attention towards the hard work, towards the pain that he took during his days in the IIT. Okay, so when he was doing his studies in the Indian Institute of Technology, that is the time when he took so much of trouble, when he was faced with so many challenges, but he took those challenges, took them forward, and decided to make those challenges the best of the opportunities for his life. And so we see that with the help of that particular phase, he had managed to get himself a very bright and successful future. Okay, so he says that today, if he was able to deal with so many people, to have such amazing presentations, to negotiate with people of high positions, that is CEOs, directors, VPs, not in India but in US, UK, and Australia. So if you had to deal with people at that level, then you should have your speaking skills which will be of that particular standard. Okay, and so he was very confident because he had taken the pain in his early years to get himself mastered in the language English. And that is why today he could just sign contracts worth millions of dollars worldwide, and that too with global software companies without any hesitation, with absolutely ease. And this is just because of the hard work that he had made in his early days. So this particular thing, my dear students, it only brings into focus your time now, the life that you have, and this period in your life is very very important and crucial. If you make sacrifices at this stage, if you make decisions at this stage, if you give up on something that you want to enjoy at this stage just because you want to make your career bright, then this is the right time for you to start taking your career, your future very, very seriously. It is now. Whatever decisions, whatever hard work you do will help you to shape your future. So he says that in his IIT, he got fairly good marks in the first 2 years. Okay, because we know that when he came into IIT, he had just moved from his village to Mumbai, and it was a very difficult phase for him because he has come all the way away, and he came from a vernacular medium school, and here he found it so difficult. So in these 2 years, he somehow managed to do his studies and at the same time get to know or learn English so that he would be able to express himself in a better way. So in that particular phase, he got to pass the 2 years of his IIT in a very fairly good manner. And in the third year, an important thing happened with him. What is that important thing is, now in the third year, while he was studying in IIT, he came in contact with about 15 to 20 extremely brilliant students, researchers, and professors who came from topmost institutions like Indian Institute of Technology, TIFR, that is Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, and BARC, Baba Atomic Research Centers. These are the topmost institutions where a huge number of research is carried out. And he met these brilliant people, brilliant students, brilliant researchers, brilliant professors who came from these institutions. And so he got to know so many, a pool of knowledge was open in front of him. And they included not only the normal students or the normal researchers, but the top ranking students from IIT. So top ranking in IIT means they are completely, outstanding from the rest of the students. And the visiting professors in American universities, university professors from here who used to, visit the universities in Mumbai, yeah, sorry, in America, to give their lectures. So those professors and very renowned mathematicians in the world and so on. So all these people came in contact with Achyut Godbole, and Achyut Godbole was exposed to a numerous amount of brilliance at that time, and he was instantaneously, that is immediately, attracted to this group. Doesn't that happen with us? Okay, like when you maybe there's a group of students who is sitting there and discussing about some major things, and you unknowingly are a part of it, and you just listen to how they all speak, what all information they have, the amount of knowledge they have. When you listen to all of these things, you are so like taken aback by the beauty of knowledge that you have right in front of you, right? So you feel attracted to that particular group because they have so much to share about everything around. So Achyut Godbole also, when he was exposed to these group of people, he was so like surprised, and he was so happy, and he was so attracted to this group that he wanted to be part of their research, their studies. So this friendship had a very lasting impact on his life. Until that time, he used to consider himself somewhat intelligent, like, until you meet someone who is above your intelligence. Okay, till then you think that yes, you are smart, you know everything, you can, you can score very well and all that. But when you meet someone who is better than you, that is the time you understand that yes, you have so much more to learn, right? So when Achyut Godbole came in contact with these students, these professors, these researchers, he just knew that it was, it was so much more that he had to go ahead with. Okay, so he, after he met his group of friends, he came to know what really real brilliance meant, and he realized where he stood. That is very important. you know in a class, students, when you are in a class, you have so many students along with you, right? But very few realize that yes, in our class we have these group of brilliant students, and if I see myself with them, then I stand somewhere far and I stand somewhere below them. Okay, so there is so much more for me to learn, there is so much more for me to gain knowledge about. Okay, so that is when you help yourself grow, when you see others ahead of you and you want to become like them. That is the time when you take a leap. Or else there are some students who know that there are intelligent students, who know that there are brilliant students, but they think that is perfectly fine, or they think they are nerds, or they are very studious or something like that. But that is not it. At some point of comparison is important, because that shows us where we belong, and that gives us that encouragement that we should also work hard and become like them. Okay, maybe if you become like them, then you will meet someone who is much more brilliant than them, and then again you will strive. So in that way you keep moving ahead in the journey of your seeking knowledge. Okay, so this happened with Achyut Godbole. Like till he met them, he felt, he was very intelligent, he was very brilliant, he was very smart. But when he met these people, he actually came to know what is brilliance, and he realized where he stood in terms of brilliant student. So he was actually very lucky. Actually, he says that he came in contact with great people. That is a fact. Okay, not many of us are so lucky that we come in contact with great people, or we come in contact with great minds. Okay, and Achyut Godbole was very lucky at at this point, because he got to meet those people, and because of that his life took that change. So he came to meet those people on a global scale, and that too very early in life. That is the time when he was actually, starting his actually not starting his career. He was still educating himself. So at that moment when he met those people, he had so much to learn, and the journey just continued. So later in his life, when Mr. Narayan Murthy left Patni to start Infosys. I'm sure you know, all of you know this great personality that is Narayan Murthy. He's the founder of Infosys. He's also the husband of Sudha Murthy. She's one of the greatest writers, and she's also a part of Infosys and a great person by nature. So Narayan Murthy, he was earlier working in Patni, and there is again a software company. And after he left Patni, Achyut Godbole started heading Patni's software division, okay, particularly, and he had taken the same position as Narayan Murthy had in the company. So when Narayan Murthy left, he was replaced by Achyut Godbole, and his head office was in Cambridge, Massachusetts, USA, which is very near to Boston. Now, if he tells us about this particular place, that it is in fact the adjacent building to MIT in America. Okay, so he had to visit the US every few months because he was the head of Patni. So every time he had to visit the main branch, and in those days, he used to visit MIT during lunchtime to meet his friends. Now there one could see a couple of Nobel laureates, that is, Nobel Prize winners, on the dining table. Now, what is MIT? MIT is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Like how we have Indian Institute of Technology, similarly in America you have Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So where his company was, where Patni was, okay, just near to that was this institute, and out of curiosity he would go there and meet his friends, because he had also come in contact with many of those people. And he would not only meet his friend, but also he could see some great minds, that is the Nobel laureates, like people who have received Nobel Prize. Now they are definitely a very elite group of people, a very knowledgeable group of people that he also would see at the dining table. So he tells us that if you walked for an hour from there, you could reach the Harvard Square, or near the Harvard University. So he used to visit both these universities, that is the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Harvard University, and he would talk to a number of Nobel laureates. Okay, because when you talk to great minds, you learn so many great things, and that is the only way to achieve success and excellence. Okay, so he would not waste time maybe going to a hotel, or sitting down and chatting with friends and all that, but he would go and meet these great people and get to know about so many things around the world. So during these years, he traveled a lot to US, Europe, Japan, Australia, and he could meet a number of great thinkers also, and management gurus such as Alvin Toffler, who is an American writer and businessman, then Peter Drucker, who is also an American management consultant and educator and author, then C.K. Prahlad, who is a university professor of corporate strategy, and Tom Peters, who is great American writer on business management practices. Now, these great technologists such as Vincent Cerf, who designed TCP/IP, which is the basic protocol of internet. Like, for internet, you have this IP address. So the person who has designed this, that is Vincent Cerf, these all people, he had met while his visits to all these different places. This is Vincent Cerf. Okay. Now, all these discussions with these great people, okay, these greats, that is, these great personality, they all broadened my horizon. That is the way I thought, the way I used to look at things, the way I had the perspective, the thinking pattern, all of them just broadened, and my aims and worldview became global. So I just did not think about one particular institution or one particular place or one particular goal, but I thought about the global aspect of everything. And this also taught me humility, humbleness, because he would always, seek knowledge from everywhere that he is. He did not boast about himself, or he did not just, keep telling everyone that, see, I'm very intelligent, I know everything and all that. No, he did not do that. He would always, humble himself. He would always go to other people, ask so many things about them, ask them about various things, find out various things from them. And that is when you learn, my dear students. And this happens only if you are humble enough, if you have this humility in you to go and approach someone to get some information from them. If you sit down and think, no, I'm very smart, I'm very intelligent, I don't need to go and ask anyone, then that is the end of your learning process. So Achyut Godbole had this great quality of being humble. He always put himself down, and he always would go and talk to people and get to know so many things. And this made him realize that he had to achieve a lot in life, because he would always see that I have done this much. Okay, fine. But there are people who have done things greater than me. So I am somewhere less than someone else. So he had so much things to learn, and this did not put him down, but it always helped to push him to achieve greater things. So the lesson in humility and hard work as well as passion for excellence was going to play a very important and vital role in my life, and it does play a role in everybody's life, my dear student. A person who is humble, a person who is hardworking, a person who has passion for excellence will never ever have any kind of difficulties or any kind of barriers in their life, because they are humble. Because they are humble, people will always approach to help them. Because they are hardworking, nothing will be difficult for them. And because they have passion for excellence, they will not settle for anything less than that. Okay. So when you have these three qualities, your future, your career is definitely going to be bright. And this is the correct time to pick up these qualities, my dear students. If this lesson means any difference in your life, or it makes any difference in your life will take a turning point, and it is completely in your hand. So your hard work will never betray you. Your humility is not thinking low of yourself or not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. You put yourself later and you put others first, others' achievements first, and you see where you stand. That is the way you become humble. So again, he comes back to his groups in IIT. His friends were not only more intelligent than him, but they were very well read. This is another important factor here which Achyut Godbole brings to light, my dear students, is that having these qualities is definitely important. But again, one more important quality is to be well read, to read everything and anything that is in front of you. Maybe it is a paper, it's a piece of paper, it's a magazine, it's a book, it's a novel. Whatever it is in front of you will give you a new piece of information. Always remember that. Okay, so he says that his friends in IIT, they had interest in all the subjects. So you say IIT, oh, that is just science and technology and all. No, the students, the great students, the intelligent students, they were interested not only in science and technology, but they were also interested in sociology, psychology, economics, philosophy, anthropology, archaeology, political science. You just name it, and they were interested in it. So that is when you learn, because all these subjects are somewhere interrelated. And so it is very important to broaden your mind, to broaden your knowledge, to broaden your scope of intelligence. And that will happen only if you are well read. So his group was interested in all these branches apart from all the fine arts such as music, literature, painting. Now, in short, the group that he was in was interested in almost anything under the sun. So you just name a subject and they were interested in. Okay, so which concerned human life and existence. So any subject which was linked with human life and the existence of humans, they were interested in that. So he was immediately attracted to the group, and again he developed immense and deep interest in all these branches of knowledge. Already he had interest in all the subjects. Again he met the group of students who also were having the same way of studying and getting to know about so many things. So he was attracted to that group, and none of these subjects were part of the curriculum. Please remember that. See, again, important aspect, my dear students, for us to understand is that how many of you even read the books in your curriculum? How many of us have read our textbooks so thoroughly? How many of us have tried to interpret our textbooks till now? Very few. So these students were interested in not only the books in their curriculum, not only subjects in their curriculum which they had to study, but they were interested in so many other things. That is why they were intelligent. Okay, you say, okay, I have math, science, English, and maybe if you're science, arts, commerce, then you only study of your own subject. But that is not it. That is not it. You cannot limit your your knowledge. Knowledge is vast and enormous. You can never say that I know everything. Nobody knows everything till now. There is nobody on this earth who has known everything till now, because there is so much to know and understand and learn. So here, my dear students, Achyut Godbole focuses on this thing, that we, the students at IIT, the intelligent students at IIT, did not just focus on the subjects in our curriculum, but we were attracted to so many other subjects apart from that, which were linked with human life and existence. But again, he never studied for scoring marks in any examination. Here was a sea of knowledge in front of me, which I thought was necessary to pass the examination of life, which was far more important than just passing IIT examination. So for him, everything that he learned, he studied, he got to know about was just because he wanted to take that learning for the life that he was going to lead, for the lifetime that he was going to have. For his entire life, he had to take that learning, and so he got to know all of the things so much in depth that he never forgot them, that he never left them behind. Whatever we have studied in school, whatever we studied in 11th standard, now whatever we studied into, we almost must have forgotten about all those things. But Achyut Godbole did not forget, because he did not learn those subjects or those facts with the view of examination. He learned because he wanted to take it along with him in his life's journey. So that is another important part here. It is very difficult to become a master or an expert in all these subjects. But it was very important for me to understand at least the basic principles of most of the subjects. So he also had, again, see here, he's being very humble and he's accepting that you cannot become a master of every subject which existed under the sun. That is not possible. That is not humanly possible to become a master of every subject. But you can at least do one thing, that is, you can get to know the basic principles of most of the subjects. You should know what is anthropology about, you should know what is physiology about, you should know what is psychology about, you should know the basics of everything, and that will help you to culminate the knowledge and put it all together in your life. So any of us could easily top the GRE examination and migrate to US. So the students there, those students, that the group of students that he is talking about, they were so intelligent that they could easily score excellent marks in the GRE exams. And if you could give this exam, you can easily migrate to US, because there the companies were just waiting to hire people who were so good and intelligent. So, however, that thought never even touched our minds. That is again great thing here, my dear students. Many of us, the intelligent ones especially, will be thinking, I will study my basic studies here, and then I will go to this university, I'll go to that university, I'll go here, I'll go there, I'll go abroad, and I will get my degree, and then I will settle abroad and all that. These people also had that opportunity right in front of them, but this thought never crossed their minds. To understand the world and how it works and serving India and her people was far more important to us. They never forgot their roots. Whatever knowledge they had decided to use that knowledge for their own country rather than going and working somewhere else. Okay, irrespective of the salary and the lifestyle that you got, they were interested in serving India and the people of this country for their betterment. So this is again an important thought that he focuses upon. Therefore, he plunged into, that is, he dived him into all these branches of knowledge, and it was a period of renaissance, that is, revival, rebirth, change. A lot of change took place in him, and he used to discuss about many a things, that is, relativity, Big Bang theory, aesthetics, literature, philosophy, economics, and many other subjects. What is aesthetics? Aesthetics is anything which is concerned with the beauty or appreciation of beauty. So you learn to see the beauty in everything that is around you. Okay, you learn to appreciate every little thing that exists around you. And every day until late into night, they would discuss about all these great topics. And his cupboard was full of books on a variety of topics. All of you should go into your room, students, my dear students, and open your cupboard, open your room, go to your table and see what it consists of. That shows what kind of a person you are. If your cupboard today consists of books, then it will take you forward in life in a very good place. If your cupboard consists of things which are not going to take you ahead, then this is the right time for you to make changes in your life. So, my dear students, with this, I thank you for being part of this beautiful lesson. We will continue to learn so many more things that Achyut Godbole has to tell us about his life and his experiences in the next video. Until then, I would love if you would go through the lesson and read and understand it much more in depth. And we shall then continue with the next part of the lesson in the next video. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.